Okay, this is the unboxing video for the new iPad 3, so let's get started. The iPad 3 is in this box. This is not the box that it comes in. The actual box is inside this box, so don't think that Apple is just selling these in nondescript cardboard boxes. This is just how it was shipped over the mail. When you go to the Apple Store, it should come in your standard beautiful Apple box. This is pretty exciting. I have to say that growing up, when I was a little boy, I would usually get excited for, like, you know, you get a new video game or something. And this is kind of like a video game. And when I was little, I never imagined that a product like the iPad 3 would ever even exist, let alone anticipate how excited I would be to open it. Already you can see that it's just says iPad, but it's the iPad 3. So don't get nervous if you order one and you see on the box it just says iPad. This is the iPad 3. They didn't put the 3 on the box, but that's just because maybe they just didn't think of that. So it comes with these protector. If you ever need to reship it for whatever reason, hang on to these. Just keep them and make sure that in your house you have like a closet or somewhere that you put all the boxes that all your electronics come in, because one day this iPad 3 is going to be like garbage to you. It's going to look like the way that if you were to see an NES today, you'd think, what is this piece of shit? But it was once cutting edge technology, just like this is to us now. This is wonderful. This is like a dream to us now. And one day, I mean, I can't imagine, because I think this will always be amazing, but you never know. Maybe like future generations will look at this and they'll say, that is a really slow, bulky, ancient, that's like, oh my god, what is that? You guys use the pad and look at it. It's so... Why don't you just use the new thing, whatever they're using, which is more advanced than the iPad 3? They'll have something that's even better, and they'll use that, and they'll look at the iPad 3 and they'll say that sucks. So, but don't worry about that. Here in the box, there's a picture of the iPad 3. Not a very good picture because you can barely see the screen. And there it says that it's Apple. So you know that it's not a knockoff. They couldn't have that otherwise. And iCloud. I don't know. It's just I don't know what that means. And it shows you it has 64 GB of information. Be very careful when you're opening this box. You could use a knife to kind of cut into the crack there. I'm going to use just my hand to do this. And look, already it peels right off. I think Apple is the very best quality whenever it comes to packaging all their products. Because they know that then it builds a trust with the customers. So this you can throw away. You don't need to save that. Now the top will just come right off. As you can see, I'm lifting up the top of the box, and soon I'll have it open. I'm going to look inside the box now. Wow. All right, here's your first look at the iPad 3. And it comes with this tab, and you use that to pull it out of the box. Don't try to get it out another way. You might drop it and break your new iPad 3. And it's got the screen. It's has the Apple on the back there. I remember when Apple products used to have the rainbow Apple, and now it just has a black one. They should bring it back for the anniversary of Apple. First impressions, Apple has done it again, and this time the iPad is white because the previous iPad was black, so they decided for the iPad 3 to make it white. And here's what's under the iPad in the box. It comes with this and that. So this here is, again, just pull it out like this. It's a device that you could plug it in to any North American outlet, and right there you plug into the USB, and that'll just connect it to the iPad 3. And then when you have that plugged in, where's the cable that plugs in there? First you have to lift out this tiny box. We'll put the tiny box right here, and then inside there is this plugs into the USB, and then that connects to the iPad 3 itself. And you can take the USB and plug it into the outlet plug, or you could plug it into another device, and then you can connect devices to just transmit information and files. It says designed by Apple in California, just so you know. It's not like from some, like a place. In this box we have papers. These are, make sure you have a spot for these documents. It explains where the switches are and all this for how to use it. For the iPad user guide and important information, visit support.apple.com/manuals/iPad. To view the guide on iPad, download it from the iBookstore or use the Safari bookmark. So if you lose the manual to use it, this tells you how to find it online. So you can lose this, but don't lose this. This explains just the technical aspect of it. I'm going to make sure to read this before I try to use the iPad. And then the stickers, it comes with 2 stickers, and you could put these wherever you want. This is the most beautiful, it's like the most beautiful one that they ever made. It has this button there to turn it on and off right on the bottom there. It's definitely like a very big and heavy. Like if you're just used to using an iPhone, this is definitely be ready to have this be a lot bigger and heavier. But the advantage is that you get a much bigger screen. So in order to use it, you have to pull on this to take off the plastic. Make sure you just don't rip it. You can just slide it out. And then put this away in the box. And then you just turn it on. I'm just going to turn it on. Wow. The image looks awesome. Look at that. That is sick. Oh, look at that. Oh, oh yeah. Oh. What's cool about the iPad 3 is that it has the full retinal display, which means that the resolution of it is like the equivalent of the human retina. So before, when you looked at an iPad, you could see the pixels. But here, if you look at like an icon, it looks like it's a real object that you could try to touch. Wow. It looks really good. I mean, that just says it all. As you can see, it's double the quality of the iPad 2. Doesn't even compare. And you can set it to whatever language you want. So if you live in Spain, you don't have to go and get a different one. You just buy this one and switch it to Spanish. What the iPad is good for, it's like, because if you have an iPhone, there's a lot of stuff you could do with the iPhone, because I have the iPhone 3GS, so I can do pretty much anything with it. But a lot of times you get tired of using the little screen, so you just get the iPad 3, and if you take it to a coffee shop and there's someone else there with an iPad 3, you could send messages to each other. And when you turn it on, it will have 78% battery, which gives you ample time to locate an outlet to charge it so that it doesn't run out. What I did for my iPhone 3GS is I have a case that is like extra battery, so just in case I run out of battery, it has reserve power. So you could get a similar case for the iPad 3 that just goes around it, and it'll be a little bit heavier and bulkier, but you'll get the benefit. You'll be able to go, because this has a battery that's like 24 hours of battery, but if you get stuck, your flight gets delayed, it's good to know that you have just a little bit more of extra battery. And you could play video games on this, you could watch movies, you could read a book, you could call someone on the phone. This is basically like having an iPhone. It has like Wi-Fi connections. It has everything that any computer can do, you could do on an iPad 3. And if you want, you could buy a dock for this and just put it on your desk, and then buy a separate keyboard and use it like a computer monitor, or even attach a bigger monitor to it and just use it as your home computer. So final thoughts, this is definitely a big improvement over iPad 2 in every way. I never owned the iPad 2, but I've used it. I used my friend's iPad 2, so I know like the basic gist of it, and this is definitely way better. The only thing is you can't fit it in your pocket like the iPhone 3GS. But if you just get the carrying case at the Apple Store, then it's like a double bonus, because you get to carry this around, and then you free up your pocket space to keep your wallet and your keys. Because that's the one disadvantage of having an iPhone is if you put it in your pocket, you can't put anything else in that pocket because you're afraid it's going to scratch the iPhone. So you either have to get a separate holster for your iPhone, which makes you look like a dumbass, or get an iPad 3 and just carry that separately, and that has a cool look to it, and you free up your pockets. You have a slimmer, it gives you a slimmer look. You just look better, you feel better. If you're still not convinced by this video to buy the iPad 3, go to the Apple Store and they will let you actually play with one and see if it's the right buy for you. Maybe not everyone would want or need an iPad 3, but I definitely recommend it to everyone, because we're at a time now when even little kids, even kindergartners, can use iPad 3 to do all their social media, and they can play simple games like learning games, and they can watch educational TV shows, and they make lots of programs for kids, and you can use this as a tool to help them, and then they can just learn from the iPad 3, and you don't have to teach them all the things like with books and toys and stuff. You can just give them the iPad 3 and get the programs, and then they learn a lot faster with it, because it's very intuitive. They designed it that way. Apple knows that if a kid picks this up, no matter how little they are, 2 years old, they can instinctually navigate it, and that's by design, and that's just the brilliance of Apple. So make sure to just like comment, rate, and subscribe. Get the share link. If you click share, it gives you a link, and use that link and just embed it on your Facebook and Twitter, and just let people know about this video. If anyone in your friends and family is considering that they want a tablet, show them this video to show them that the best one is iPad 3. And I know, because I've never had a tablet, and this one is perfect for my purposes. And I can say that without even having done anything on it. There are rumors that they might make an iPad 4, but I don't know if that's true. If they do, I'll definitely let you guys know. I don't think it's going to happen, because already, since they have like the Retina display, there's really no way they can make the picture better. There's no way we don't need more than the 64 GB of information in here. So there's really nowhere to improve this. This is already the perfect tablet that you could have. So now's the time to, if you were waiting to invest in a tablet, now's the time. Get this one. You won't regret it. And maybe in like 10 or 20 years, they might have something that's better than this. And by then, you'll be ready to upgrade. And make sure you use the PayPal link that I'm going to put at the end of the video to send donations for future unboxing videos, that I could just do comprehensive reviews for you guys, so you can see what's the best thing to get. And I can keep you up to date on all the latest tech stuff. Like, the next thing I would probably get is a 3D TV.